off the back of Fabrizio Romano speaking on YouTube. He said Liverpool are still working on this deal. They are discussing the possibility of adding Hugo Ekitike to their squad. The idea of Liverpool is to have one more striker. Obviously, we need to understand what happens with Darwin Núñez and Napoli. We're hearing that a fee just cannot be agreed between the two clubs. That one's now looking a bit unlikely to happen. I heard that AC Milan is still interested. I heard that obviously the Saudis will always still probably be interested in Darwin Núñez. But the idea of Liverpool is to have one more striker. They're waiting to understand what happens with Darwin Núñez, with ongoing conversations with Napoli. But Liverpool can add a new striker, and Hugo Ekitike remains a name on the list for the club. But of course, this is not a deal happening today or tomorrow, so we need to be patient. But Ekitike is a name on the list for Liverpool. And I think when you understand Newcastle and Alexander Isak's situation, I reckon this is the first domino to fall after that decision, whether he signs the new deal or he looks to leave. He allegedly was in a restaurant in Dubrovnik, I think, in Croatia, and a waiter said to him, "Are you going to move to Liverpool?" And Alexander Isak said, "Don't ask me things like that," because he doesn't want to get misquoted, and that's probably the right thing to say. And let's not forget, he's absolutely adored by the Newcastle fans. And if you ask me right now to pick a player between Ekitike and Isak to come in as Liverpool's new number 9, I think based on just reality and timing and the price, I think that Hugo Ekitike is probably more likely to come to Liverpool than Alex Isak, who is now under a little bit of pressure from Newcastle. They're saying to him, look, you know, we know your head is going to get turned by the Liverpool offer. So, and if you're Alexander Isak's side, you're his agent, you're saying, well, let's get them to sign a big new fresh contract with a big pay upgrade to scare away the rest of the teams. And Liverpool are probably quite prepared to pay the money, but also they're not going to be messed around. And they also view Hugo Ekitike as almost the next Alexander Isak as well. So where does this one end? I don't know. I think if Liverpool are going to get a striker this season, the most likely is probably Hugo Ekitike. So I would go for him as the new Liverpool player to come in. Around about £80 million is what Frankfurt want.